Hi, everybody. I am sipping on some matcha. How are you doing? How was your full moon? Was it good? Let me know. I feel like the more energy work you do, the more you're just sensitive to like what's happening in the cosmos, you know? The more aligned you get with the cosmos, you start to feel stuff deeper. Shout out Donnie Brown. I'm wearing her Wealthy Woman t-shirt from her new merch line she just dropped a few weeks ago. You know, I love to support my black women-owned businesses and whatever. So, if you guys don't know, I'm a beauty practitioner. That is really what I utilize to help me get through things. Like really working on my outer appearance through like inner work. It really helps. That's really what all these things are about. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too, about tapping through the retrograde season, because a lot of people, it's like a lot of fear mongering around the retrograde season, right? Like people start to freak out. They start to think that their entire life is going to become like crazy and in shambles. And it's like, it's possible. But there's also a way to be more mindful during these times so that that doesn't happen, so that you're not freaking out about planets doing what planets are going to do, you know? Like, we can't avoid the retrograde. We might have to learn how to work with it and get the most from it. So, my name is Lotus Aloba. I'm a mystic practitioner, also a beauty practitioner, accredited, certified in meditation, emotional freedom technique tapping. Oh my goodness, so many things. Quantum Reiki. It's just a lot. I do a lot because I really want to figure out how to best understand myself and show up as my best self in the world. And that requires a lot of energy work. And then my mission here on earth is to really help Black women let go and eradicate that generational trauma that we have and usher in a new legacy of limitless self-love. And I do that a myriad of different ways, from my podcast for mental and spiritual wellness to these amazing tap-in sessions I've been able to do with you guys all May for Mental Health Awareness Month, my weekly EFT sessions, my email list. I am consistently giving as much information as I can so that you do not feel alone on your journey. That's really important to me. The name of my podcast is Lobaland the Podcast. Let me drop that in the chat for you guys too. There's weekly episodes, so I have 2 segments on there. One of them is on Mondays and it's called Matcha Mornings. It's a little bit in the afternoon, but I got my matcha here with me. And we talk about like mental wellness and spiritual wellness and how we can use different techniques to help us get through the ebbs and flows in life. And then on Fridays, I release interviews with the experts in my life, these incredible bodies that are out here just doing incredible work. And it's called Cosmic Conversation. So you get 2 new episodes every week on my podcast for the most part. Oh my goodness, yes. Ugh, my sister said I do not want to slow down. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. That's kind of what I was struggling with yesterday. So in the morning, I felt really good. My body shut everything down the night before the total lunar eclipse and the full moon. Like my body was like, go to sleep. We don't got time for this. You got work to do in the morning. I woke up during like the spiritual golden hours between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. And I did a lot of altar work, just really connecting, getting these downloads that I needed to really usher in a new wave of abundance in my life for this upcoming season. Everything was going so good. I'm out here like getting work done, doing things, taking meetings. And then I felt this resistance happen where my overachiever that's still within me, that's still holding on, really does not like slowing down whatsoever. And it could sense the retrograde coming through and being like, slow that ass down, right? So I think there's a bit of friction happening that I'm experiencing currently where the overachiever in me really wants to keep going because I'm in this sense of flow, but my higher self that's connected to like, you know, the cosmos just kind of like, we get it. We get that you're on a roll, but we also know you enough to know if you keep rolling down this path, you're going to burn out and then you got to start all over again. So it's kind of like finding out that balance and figuring out what works best. Yeah, that's where I'm at currently, y'all. Like even as practitioners, me and Sam spoke about it in a live before. Even as practitioners, we have all the tools and sometimes we just don't use them. But doing things like this reminds me like you can utilize your tools, utilize your resources, utilize your community to get through these cosmic transformations, because we're always transforming, right? You're not who you were a second ago. You're not who you were yesterday or last week. Every moment, every breath you take, you are a new being. You have new experience, more wisdom, and we have to honor that by slowing down and reflecting and really having a moment to feel all of that in our bodies, right? So that's why I was like, you know what? Today we'll tap about the retrograde, because retrograde season is kicking off. It's already we're already in retrograde with a few other planets. But Mercury retrograde is like the most popular retrograde for us for some reason. And we all freak out about Mercury retrograde. We're all like, oh my God, no, the world's going to end. And I just kind of want to break down some things to kind of normalize retrogrades in general for you, and hopefully get you to feel more prepared with our tapping session to move through this retrograde and feel really good coming out of it, okay? First up, what is a retrograde? It's when a planet appears to be moving backwards through a zodiac sign, and it's super common. That's really all that it is. We kind of add so many more things to it, but it's just going backwards. Like we all, like some of us go backwards in our lives, some of us physically go backwards. It's not a foreign concept to us, but for some reason, you know, social media spirituality has you out here really freaking out about retrogrades, and it's really a beautiful time to reflect. So how does it affect us? Even though it looks like a crazy time, it doesn't have to be, okay? It's a cosmic reminder to slow down and tune inward. Just like Sam said, it's a beautiful time. All retrogrades really are asking you to slow down. They're just saying, look, we get that you had this momentum. We love this for you. But when you are aligning yourself with the cosmos, with Mother Nature, you realize that everything has a time and place. There's always a time and place to slow down, to rev up, even just in how the seasons flow, how the months flow. I talk about this on my podcast and the Feminine Divine Blueprint, on how the year has a natural flow to teach you when it's time to get up and go and when it's time to sit down and relax. And we have tons of pauses throughout the year. And if we actually just utilize those pauses correctly, we wouldn't be feeling as burnt out and overwhelmed as we normally do. It's a cosmic push to stop operating on autopilot. A lot of us operate on autopilot, right? We think because we're moving forward and we're gaining speed and we're doing all these things and we're booked and busy, that all of a sudden we are really in alignment, when really and truly we're in autopilot. So we're not even being intentional anymore about our moves that we're making. We're just relying really on muscle memory to get through. And there's a time and place for that. Should not be the forefront of your life and of how you're living your life. You should really be intentional and as present as you possibly can be in your journey, right? So we all have this habit of doing that because many of us are just not able to practice being. That may be because we don't like being by ourselves, or we don't like slowing down, or we do not like the idea of having to be physically in this moment because we're so worried about the future, or we're freaking out about things that have already happened that we cannot change or control. So how you can enjoy the upcoming retrograde season. This can be applied for this year, next year, the year before, the years after, whatever the case is. You can use these top 3 ways to really enjoy your retrograde season, no matter what planet you're experiencing, okay? All right, research. That's the number one thing you want to do. Research. And I want you to notice that RE word, because we're going to get into that a little bit. When you hear about a retrograde in a certain planet, learn what that means, right? So example, Mercury deals with communication on all levels, in your business, in your love life, technology-wise. So learn about the planet and what it means and maybe where it's showing up in your chart. All these things really matter for you. It helps you to better understand what the cosmos are trying to tell you and communicate with you, right? Go ahead and do that research and find out. So figure out where Mercury is in your chart. Even if on a general level, maybe you're not that deep into astrology, totally understandable. Mercury is about communication. This is a perfect time for you to slow down and be more mindful of your communication and how you're communicating with others, right? Second thing you want to do, add it to your calendar, right? If you have picked up on the pattern that every time a certain planet is in retrograde, you have a very tough time during that retrograde, plan for it. Write it out in your calendar. Expect it. Get prepared for it, right? With that research. And then you'll know, okay, in a few days, Mercury retrograde is about to kick in, and I know I normally have a hard time with it, but now I'm feeling prepared because I know what it's about, and I know that I need to slow down. I know I need to do these things so that I can better enjoy this experience, because it's going to happen regardless. You might as well enjoy it, right? The next thing you want to do is slow down. Honor the divine call to move slower in that aspect of your life, right? Be sure to give intention to how you're communicating again, and to be patient in how you're being communicated with. That's super important during retrograde season, to be patient. Be patient in communicating with yourself and with others. If you notice that you didn't get an email response in a certain amount of time, send a gentle reminder. Don't take it offensively and be like, oh my God, you didn't respond to me. What's going on? Da da da. Or if you text somebody or call somebody and it's a missed call or it's like a red text, there's so many things going on in the world and in people's lives. Things like that are going to definitely slip through the cracks, especially during this retrograde season. Have grace for yourself, have grace for that other person, and just send a gentle, hey, I just want to make sure that you got my message, XYZ, da da da. And then if they don't get back to you, I mean, honestly, be at peace with it. I'm really not someone that stresses out about stuff like that. Like you'll get back to me when you get back to me. Like I still got my life to live. I still got things that I gotta do. I gotta process. So I'm always down for divine timing in my life. So if I reach out to somebody and they're not able to get back in contact with me in the time frame I think is best, I really don't freak out about stuff like that. It just doesn't really make any sense. It's a waste of energy. I may like reach out and be like, hey, I hope you're good. I hope you're safe. I haven't really heard from you. When you get the chance to, let me know. And it's not like when you get the chance to, like the black version where we mean like do it now. I actually mean like when you get the chance, hit me back up. And I'm open to the fact that that chance may not be for a while. Be at peace with that. Understand that that's just how people are moving through their own energies, their own traumas, their own growth. Please don't pressure people especially during retrograde season, because you don't want that pressure for yourself. You're going to find yourself dropping the ball a lot in communication because really the cosmos are asking you to slow down and to take some time apart from community, to take some time apart from society and communicate with yourself and check in with yourself. So there's going to be a lot of times that happens. Give yourself grace and give other people grace that they need to get through it. Last thing is a little bonus for you before we get into our tapping. And it's focus on the RE words, just like Sam said in the comments. This is a freaking life hack, okay? If you get nothing else from this live today, RE words, words, okay? Things like refocus, remember, ready. All of the RE words are beautiful, 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 beautiful ways to direct yourself during retrogrades. Literally in the beginning of a retrograde, it literally is the RE words. Reread, yes. Recommit, recommunicate. The RE will save you. It'll give you so much grace during this time frame. It is one of the best things that I've learned to do, and I've been doing this for a while. I have a few Instagram posts on it as well, so you guys can read up more about it. But for me, one of the practices that I use is I personally like to pick 3 RE words, right? And then I let them guide me. So maybe it's like I want to recommit to having more joy in my life, right? Or refocus on the feminine divine. Or yes, review my life plan and see like if I'm on path or not. Those would be my 3 focuses throughout the retrograde season for me, right? And I'll revisit these things and see what's going on. It's a beautiful chance for you to reflect. Really, the words are just coming out at this point. It's actually out of control. Hey. Yeah, it's all about that. It's about the RE words. And the more that you get, the more that you understand, the more that you write out these RE words, it will really, really help you to better prepare for this retrograde season. Okay? All right. Let's tap out this retrograde season because y'all know we all need it, right? Including myself. Like, granted, I know all these incredible things. I understand that. It doesn't mean that the energy is not going to affect me. It doesn't mean that I'm still not going to feel like I'm being rubbed the wrong way, right? Because, again, I'm still unlearning old habits and limiting beliefs that no longer serve me. So they're going to try to have their last fight before they're let go of completely, right? Before I transform them into something more useful for myself in this world. They're going to hold on a little bit, right? Not every energy wants to die peacefully, right? And leave on and transcend. Hopefully you guys can come back to this live and tap it out when you're feeling a little stressed out when retrograde seasoning is happening, okay? Season. See? Things are happening. Communication. You have some water. Take a sip of water if you haven't already. Whenever you're doing any type of energy work, I don't care if it's breath work, if it's yoga, if it's emotional freedom tapping, NLP, whatever it is so important to drink water. It literally helps the energy in your body to move and flush out so that you don't have stagnant energy residing in your body. It also nourishes you so that you feel good, okay? Stay hydrated. Rehydrate. That's the key right there. I'll grab a drink, a sip. I'm going to sip some of my matcha. Thank God for matcha, y'all. Really, truly. All right, let's get into this. First point, Karate chop point. Pinky bone and the wrist bones, that fleshy area right here. We're going to lightly just tap here. Or tap it out. Yes, water fully cleanses the body. It cleanses the spirit as well. It cleanses the mind as well. Water is amazing. Speak over your water. Bless your water. Tell your water what you need it to do. It's there to help you. It's also a resource. Hence that RE word, right? Yes. Okay. I take full responsibility for my well-being. I take full responsibility for my well-being. One more time. I take full responsibility for my well-being. Yes, and we're going to go to the top of the head. I honor the cosmic redirection happening. Going to go to the eyebrow. I see it as a time to be more intentional. Side of the eye to temples. A moment to reflect on what's going on. Under the eye. In my life, on every level, in every way. Under the nose. To refocus on what matters most to me. Chin. As a chance to release what no longer serves my highest good. Yes. Collarbone. And to show deep gratitude for everything in my life. Underarm. Because I have the power to redirect my perspective. I'm going to go back to the top of the head. I re-invite love, laughter, and luxury. Eyebrow. More vividly into my experience. Side of the eye. I realize that forgiveness, under the eye, of self and others is crucial during this time. Yes. Under the nose. I recommit to trusting my heart. Chin. And allowing it to lead me on this journey. Yes. I'm going to tap on our collarbone. I am ready for any lessons and experiences during this cosmic time. Under the arm. And I am choosing to be rejuvenated this retrograde and become a walking revolution. And then we're going to go back to the karate chop point. I will be aligned to the divine revolution. We're going to drop our hands by our sides and take a nice deep inhale. Breathe into the lower belly. See if you take a second breath through the heart. And when you're ready, open mouth, exhale, release. Drop your shoulders. Take a moment to just take inventory of your body. See if you notice any tingling. If there's any tension or discomfort, send a loving inhale and exhale to that space in your body. And then we're going to bring our hands to our heart chakra and just slightly rub in a clockwise manner, activating our heart's energy. And let's just, in this moment, focus on revisiting. Let's focus on revisiting joyful memories, loving experiences, and moments of growth that allowed us to unfold in beautiful ways. See what else you can revisit while focusing on your heart from a loving space. What can you revisit during this retrograde? And then we're going to move our hands to our third eye and slightly Gently rub in a circular motion and feel the face relax. And all the tension around the eyes melt away. Feel your third eye activate. See what it wants you to review. What images are coming up for you? And if you're only seeing black or you're not seeing anything, that's okay. Maybe what you need to review is turning inwards. Maybe reviewing your perspective on uncertainty, on the unknown. Then we're going to bring our hands to our crown chakra and slightly, gently rub on the top. And see, what can we recommit to? Maybe we can recommit to joy. Maybe we can recommit to patience. Maybe we can recommit to a prosperity mindset, way of living. Maybe we recommit to being more gentle and more kind to ourselves and to others. Maybe we just recommit to our practice of self-care, self-exploration. And when you're ready, I want you to rub your hands together. Kind of like you're rubbing off any residual energy that may come up. And let it go. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. And when you're ready, you can come back to the space. Join me virtually. And let me check the comments. How are you feeling after that? I feel so much better. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel way more prepared, way more clear and understanding that this is all just a journey and I get to make this fun if I choose to. Yeah, Soy said, wow, I heard an old favorite song and found Lush Rose Garden. Yes, all during this tap-in. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, I love that. I love that. See if you can have that song on repeat. Maybe make a retrograde playlist and listen to it while you walk amongst roses. That might be a vibe. That might be a vibe. I'm feeling so much more centered. I love doing these with you guys. You can catch all the full episodes on my YouTube channel. Conversation and the insights plus the tapping is all on my YouTube channel. Make sure you click the link in my bio to subscribe to my email list so that you have access to all those things, okay? I really, really appreciate you all for taking the time out with me every Thursday afternoon just to recommit and reconnect. And to just check in on ourselves energetically, you know, to slow down and bear witness and to understand that I can check in on myself. I think sometimes we forget that we can do that. We're so committed to all these things outside of us that we do not realize we need to recommit to ourselves first and foremost. I'm so happy. I love you so very much. Again, click the link in the bio. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me and have a beautiful rest of your day, weekend, and life because you deserve that. All right. Bye.